Sophie decided, because she was friends with the photographer, to send them all out, to send the nudes out. Hi everyone, so just a heads up, from like 4:30 and onward, there is a small mention of suicide and manipulation in unhealthy relationships, so if you don't want to watch that, when minute 4 comes, just skip to minute 6 if you want. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Effie. If you're not new, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a book review. I'm going to be talking about Love Boat Taipei by Abigail Hing Wen. Now I have a lot to say about this one. I don't think that this video will be too long, but let's just jump into it. So first things first, this story is about Ever Wong, a girl who's ready to go off to college, and she's never experienced freedom before. Up until her parents send her away to a Mandarin immersion program in Taipei. And when she gets there, she realizes that that is the best opportunity she has to break all the rules that her family has put into place for her when she was home. And that is exactly what she does. Our characters, Ever Wong is our main character. She is a little boring, but she's alright. She's okay. Sophia is her roommate, and she has a mind set on rebellion, ready to break every single rule, and she also wants to date every boy that moves. Xavier is a bad boy that everyone says for all the girls to stay away from, but I still don't quite know what he did that was so terrible. Before the story starts, that is. Xavier also doesn't really have a personality. That kind of sucks. That bites. There's Rick Wu. He also lacks a personality, but he is technically the rival of Ever Wong from their childhood. He used to be in all the newspapers for being so intelligent and doing this, that, the other thing, and he was the person that Ever Wong's parents compared her to, constantly. Those are the 4 main characters. They're subpar. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of thoughts on them, but I'll jump into that. That's a lie. I do have a lot of thoughts on them. Most of them suck. But let's just jump into it. So, as far as my likes list goes, it was cute, it was fast-paced, it was fun. It really was. And the beginning and the end were super strong, which means that the middle was not. My dislikes list is a little bit longer, but let's just hope for the best. So first thing on the dislikes list is that Xavier and Rick, they're pretty much the same person, but they were just split into 2. Our main character, our main gal, she doesn't seem to need a lot of convincing to break all the rules. Anyone who has ever had strict parents, at least what I imagine it, is that even if you had the opportunity to go wild and do crazy things, you would still need a little bit of a push, no matter how bad you wanted it. There is a fake dating trope, which I usually love when it's done well. The fake dating trope lasted for maybe 3 days. At least that's how it felt. It seemed like they were so quick to reveal that they weren't actually dating. And it felt like that whole bit could have been a lot better if it was dragged on just a little bit more. Yeah, the whole fake dating trope was kind of just like a waste. I'm also still kind of confused as to what Xavier did before the story started that made everyone be like, no, stay away from him. I still don't know. Only personality is that he's an artist and that his dad would never buy any of his art because he thinks that it's worthless. That is his whole personality. Rick is also an asshole, I'm just gonna be honest. I really wasn't rooting for any of these characters, but I especially was not rooting for Rick. Rick Wu, you suck. If you're an actual person, I'm sure that you're lovely, but this version of Rick Wu sucks. Basically, he had a girlfriend for a very long time, and she practically manipulated him into not breaking up with her. So she was wrong. That we know. However, he took her fear of flying and used it to his advantage and got on a plane and went somewhere where she wouldn't be able to go. Which, okay, I understand, you need your space. But by her manipulating him, he was fully convinced that she was going to take her own life if he broke up with her. And he didn't really seem to care. Even if someone is manipulating you, I feel like you still care about them. even if their relationship is not healthy. Like, you still care about their well-being. So the fact that he literally ran away, that she actually was going to take her own life, and then that did, I don't know. I don't know. The big thing that really got me is when Rick was explaining this whole situation to Ever. He was like, oh, it might have been manipulation, but she didn't do it on purpose. I don't know, if someone's threatening to take their own life because you want to break up with them. Anyway, Rick Wu just does not sit right. He just does not sit right. He sucks. I don't like him. Sophie was also super petty. So basically, Sophie and Xavier, they dated for a short period of time. And after they had broken up, Sophie said, I'm over him. I don't want him. I don't need him. And then Xavier ends up kissing Ever. And Sophie sees it, and then that is when the whole fake dating trope thing is revealed to be fake. When everyone sees when everyone sees Ever kissing Xavier. That is when it all came to like a crashing halt, to be honest. Prior to this event, Ever had taken professional nude photos, just like for herself, to break some rules, whatever. Sophie decided, because she was friends with the photographer, to send them all out, to send the nudes out to everybody, physically printing them and handing them to them. That's shitty. That's really, really petty. Ever was also so quick to forgive her. I don't know about the rest of you, but if I got into a fight with someone, even if I was wrong, even if I did something wrong, I would never forgive that person for sending out something so personal. The thing about pictures like that, though, is if you want to take them, you want to take them for you. You want to be the one to send them to whoever you... It's a consent thing. And Sophie literally was just so shitty about it. She was just not a good friend. It's like after you stop being friends with someone and you still keep their secrets. The story also read like fan fiction. It was very flowery, very, far too cringy in certain parts, if you ask me. There's a whole bit at the beginning where Ever Wong is opening up like an acceptance letter and she's describing it in so much detail. Like in a situation that, just say that you open the letter. It really just felt like something off of Wattpad. The middle of the whole story was really not strong, so the point where Ever Wong gets accepted into the Tisch School for the Arts and her parents get very angry with her, that was the last strong part of the beginning. It went downhill up until like the last like 3 or 4 chapters. I really didn't feel strongly about any of these characters, so anytime any of them were going through anytime any of the characters were going through something heartbreaking, I had no emotion. I did not care. The characters also did kind of just blend together, so overall I would not read this book again. It wasn't, you know what, it was fun. I finished it. I'm happy that I read it. I just wouldn't read it again. I don't know, I just feel like for me, I'm gonna have to give it like a 2 out of 10. There were certain details that I did like, but I can't remember them right now. I knew that I wasn't gonna have a lot of I knew I wasn't gonna have a lot of good things to say about this book, so I didn't take any notes like in the margins or anything. But, I don't know, 2 out of 10. It was fun, but could have been better. I think that's really all I have to say about it. I don't know. I was kind of relieved when I finished it. TBH. I don't know. It's just, I'm happy that, you know what though? Here's something that I did like. In a lot of stories where the main character is kind of like going against her parents and kind of just doing what they want to do, a lot of the time they'll be like, okay, like at the end they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And the parents will be like, okay, like do what makes you happy. And while that is a very nice sentiment, no parent actually reacts like that depending on how they are. The way that Ever's parents are, when she told them that she was not going to medical school at the end, they were still upset. Her mom was kind of in denial, And her dad was like, this isn't the path that I imagined for you, but you do you. And it was like, it was a nice change because in a lot of movies and books and short stories and things like that, it's always like, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna completely do a complete 360 and just let you live your dream. But this time it was like, there's not a complete 360. Very much like, it's very much like we want you to be happy, but I'm not happy about what makes you happy. I'm not saying that's like a good way to like go about things, but for the sake of the story, I thought that was kind of nice. It was kind of like, I didn't imagine this for you, but if this is going to make you happy, then it'll make you happy. I don't know, that's really all I have to say about it, but I don't know. I don't know. I got a lot of thoughts. A lot of thoughts. Those were all the main ones, though. I tried to do as spoiler-free as possible, but in reality, I can't. It's one of those books, like with the other one that I reviewed. It's like, it would be so uninteresting if I just didn't spoil it. It was just kind of boring. It was cute and it was fun, but it was boring at the same time. You know. Well, thank you so much for listening to my small rant about this book. I hope to see you next week with something either different or another book review. Haven't quite decided yet. But I hope that you all have a lovely day, a lovely week, and I will see you next time. Bye!